Well, well, well. Happy Friday out there in the world. It is Friday, June 26th, 2020. It's about 10:45 in the morning Eastern Time, and let's go ahead and talk about good old Bitcoin. Of course, before I get into any of this, you all know the deal. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. I'm just giving my opinion on the market. You know, one of these days I'm going to apply for a job as a speech guy, one of those people that talks really, really fast. And I think I'm getting good at that, given all these disclaimers. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. What I want to take a look at real quick is the fact that we did have a bit of a buy here. I bought down here, and it looked like we were stalling. We had some bearish divergence on the hourly, so I got out. All right, so bearish divergence. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let me just kind of zoom out of this so that we can see this just a little bit better. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to move my volume down. I don't like doing this too much. We don't want this the existing pane below. We want this to be on a new pane below. We're just going to make this a little bit easier for me to manipulate. It's just going to make it a lot cleaner for me here. So let's just move this volume. We're going to make this guy small. Purpose is I want to make this big. I want to make my my indicator set big because I want to highlight what we have had happen here. Okay, so basically what we have is we have from up here to down here, we have a lower high. But if you take a look at the indicator, and I'm not sure if it's going to let me do this, so this matches up right here. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it down here. But you can see we have our hourly stoke all the way here, down here, and then it came all the way up here. This is hidden bearish divergence. So that's why I got out of my long. And if you're on the Discord, you know when I got in, you know when I got out. I was talking about my entries, and I was talking about when I was taking profit. Made some profit on that. Now I'm currently short. I tried to catch a spike up to 94 to 95 as we were discussing yesterday. That didn't happen. I have an okay entry. You know, it's somewhere between 9250 and 9300. You know, we were still unable to close above 9300. That is our new monster resistance to break through. If we can break through 9300, well, then we have, you know, we've got, you know, some discussions that we can have. We did attempt to close above 9300, but it was swiftly rejected. And look at where we are now. So now, you know, I'm kind of looking down here. I'm looking at 9,000, of course, as an obvious psychological support level. Don't know if we're going to break down below that, but let's just go ahead and, you know, just take a look at this. We have a clear 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C into the 4, and then we should be working on our 5, right? And the question is whether or not the C is here or if it's going to be down much further. This specific level that I have here, this green, let's just go ahead and zoom out. I'm going to go to a 4-hour time frame, and let's just take a look at how important this level actually is. So what we were doing is we were basically outlining here a 1, 2, and then we don't know if this is a 3, 4, 5, right? Or if this is a 1, 2, and then this is our 3 up here. So we basically have a 1, 2, 3 into a triangle 4, 5, because this is also valid. Okay, so we were discussing this. So from down here, a nice easy way to say this is a 1, 2, 3 with the hammer, 4 down here, and then we go for the 5. This is perfectly valid, okay? So I know there's a lot of eliticians out there that are calling this the 3, and then we're going down for the 4 and going up for the 5. So we have a wedge here, right? So I mean, you can clearly see that this was compressing here, okay? This was compressing, and then it finally did end up breaking out, okay? You have your little breakout right here, okay? When we finally did break out of that, you could pull this down a little bit there. So we have a little bit of a compression here to break up to the 5, which completed the 3. And then we have an A, a B, and then an A, B, C to complete down here. So this is also a possible completion down here. I tend to believe we're going to be going a little bit lower. So I was talking about a move all the way down to maybe even 82. Couple things that I can see here, of course, are the fact that this may actually be the 5, right? So this is our major 4, our major 5, and not a minor 4 to a major 3. Okay, so it's still completely unresolved, but this trend line is very, very important. And the reason why it's important is because, well, you've got support here, you've got support here. Okay, we're attempting to test that support right here, and the question is whether or not that's going to be sustained. You've got resistance up here, and that's your only point of resistance that you have up above. Okay, so we've got that to pay attention to. Now, what's our alternative? Okay, our alternative, let's just go ahead and remove some of this so that we have a little bit more, we've got a little cleaner chart here. You can definitely see we've got the green level here, which is our median. And I'm sure if I brought up a volume profile, I'm sure there would be a ton of support right around that median. So it's just slightly above it. And if I move this out here, so we just have the visible range, yeah, I mean, our median is right up there at about 9,500, right? The median on mine is right around 93. We've been talking about 93. So that's the median that I've got as far as the channel goes. We definitely have more volume in the upper quadrant here. So, you know, you've got 25%, 25, 25, 25. It's right here in the middle of this quadrant. Okay, of this channel, with the yellow being the upper and the lower, the green being the median, and then our white line showing the 25 and the 75%. Here in the 50 to 75%, right here in the median, we have tons of volume, and we're currently trading below that, which is pretty darn bearish if you ask me. We have also discussed the fact that, let me just clear this off really quick, because this is important. This is very important for us, and I'm half tempted to remove all of my Elliott counts on this as well. But I'm not gonna do that just quite yet. Let's look at let's go to a 6 hour, and let's just talk about what we have here. We have, and again, I outlined this on the Discord, so this is not going to be new for any of you. We have basically here, we've got support, and then again, we have, let me just do this. We have, let me just do that. I did that incorrectly. Down here at the bottom of this, we have rising support, and then right here we have rising support. Okay, these levels are pretty darn important for us to hold, because at the same time we have resistance up here, we've got resistance right here, we have resistance right here. We are compressing significantly, and I would be willing to say, based on the price action, our resistance is now 9,300, or rather just slightly higher than that. Let's just go ahead and put this up here, get this closer to being aligned with what it actually is. I really want to get that just right. Sorry, I'm not a perfectionist, but in this case, I want to get this as close to perfect as possible. So that's going to be at about 93. We'll call it 93.50. This range is our new chop zone. We're continuing to compress, getting lower high after maybe lower high. I'd say this is a little too soon to call this a lower high. But we are definitely having our low. We have a higher low. We have a higher low. And now we're trying to work on a higher low. This is going to break in one direction. And it's more than likely going to happen today. More than likely, this is going to happen today. You know, we have a weekend coming up. We have CME futures that are going to be expiring today. You have Deribit options that are expiring today. We have so much stuff expiring today, and you've got a lot of people that were in positions with the expectation that the halving was going to cause a parabolic, momentous move to the upside. And you have to realize for a moment that we are not in a market where you can only make money if the price goes up. That is not the case anymore. You've got your swaps, you've got your short and your long contracts, you've got options. You can make money both ways now, and people are taking advantage of that. Okay, you've got people that are out there on Twitter that are cursing at all of the people that are shorting Bitcoin. Well, you know what? This is the way that you can make money now. You don't have to buy and sell, you can long and short. That is how you can make money on Bitcoin now. So do I think that Bitcoin is going to go up much higher? Yeah, I think it does. I think it can. I think it will. But at the same time, I'm not going to be trading based on that long-term bias. I'm not an investor in Bitcoin. I am a trader in Bitcoin, and there is a humongous difference between the two. I trade the charts, right? If you're an investor, you shouldn't even be watching this video, right? You should be watching this video if you're interested in trading Bitcoin. If you're interested in investing, well then look for a big 30% dump and just buy. If you are interested in investing. If you're interested in trading, right now the price looks like it's going to go down. So the way to make money today, right now, is to be selling and waiting for waiting for the opportunity for the price to pivot to the upside, because it will do that at one point. It will make a pivot to the upside. I mean, you can see this. You hit the top, it goes down. You could make money here. It goes down here at the bottom, consolidates, and it goes up. You can make money here. It gets to the top, it consolidates, it goes down. You make money there. It consolidates, it goes up. You can make money in this chop. You just have to find the clearly defined range, which the range was defined a long time ago, right? This range, top was defined here, the bottom was defined here. So you buy here, you sell here. You buy here, you sell here. Don't try and get the top, don't try and get the bottom. Get a good percentage of the move and you can make money. All right, so that's enough of that. Again, what I can see here, we have nice psychological support at 9,000. Psychological support at 9,000. It looks like, at least based on this 6-hour time frame, that we've got a 1, 2, 3, working on the 4, and now we're working on the 5. Okay, that's what it looks like to me on a higher time frame. It's pretty clear that that's what's happening. It's also pretty clear that we have, at least on a 6-hour time frame, we have resistance and support here at about 92.71. Let's just take a look at this. Let me just remove some of this here. We've already discussed the importance of these support and resistance levels. Okay, so I just want to clear this up because I understand charts can get super messy and complex and confusing really quick. So I'm going to try and keep this as clear and concise as possible. Let's look at this level right here. This is enormously important throughout the history of the last, I don't know, couple weeks. All right, we broke through. This was support, broke through, resistance, resistance, broke through, support, broke through but sprung back up, support, broke through, now it's resistance. Okay, so another question is, are we going to break through? So the real question is our resistance 93.25 or is our resistance 92.60 or 92.70? Okay, one way or another, this is clustering below our volume profile point of control, which is here at 94.75, and it looks like we're having struggles trying to get above 9,300. So again, once we start taking out our lower highs or our higher lows, that is going to be what is going to be determining the next move. Let's get rid of our volume profile here. And again, let's just outline our current levels. Okay, the current levels to break through right there at 9,800. And then I'm going to say that it's going to be this guy right here at 8,900, exactly right on the dot. This is what we have to break through. And until we do that, we are just going to continue to compress, continue to consolidate. And right now we are in the 25% region, 25 to 50% of our channel that we have defined a long time ago. We're currently trading inside of there. We know that our volume profile says the point of control is here at about 94.85, right in the middle of this. We'll call it the 67%. But right now we're trading in this. Once we start taking out these lows, then we know that we're going to have a clean direction, that we are going to be moving down further. Okay? Until that happens, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Because I would say right now, based on what I see here, we have a higher probability that we are going to break the lows than break the highs, only because we are trading below the halfway point. If we start getting above this halfway point, then I would say that it's possible that the probability is in the favor of longs. This is how people get caught up in chop, okay? Honestly, right now, this is, you have a better trade setup to buy here and stop at 89 than you do to wait for the price to go up and stop at 89, okay? Because honestly, if you're going to buy here, stop loss at 8,900, because once it breaks that, you know that the trend is more than likely going to change. Okay, so here, just based on this right there, you've got a 4-to-1 odds. You're taking a 2% loss for a potential 7.8% gain. But if you wait for it to go up, well, then your higher probability trade setup is gone, because now you're looking at a 6% loss for maybe 3% gain, because you don't know if it's going to break through or if it's just more chop. So more than likely what's going to happen is people are going to wait for this to come back up here, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go against them, and then they're just going to get out of their position because they're like, oh, I guess I was wrong. So it's best to wait, at least in a time like today, right? When you're inside of a compressing range, you could very easily get caught up in chop. So buying at the bottom of your range is your best probability. Selling at the top of the range is your best probability. And that is how ranges are created. That is how you compress. Because you have people that bought down here, and then they're like, oh, well, you know what? I don't think it's going to get up here to that high, so I'm just going to sell up here. That's how we get lower highs. So they sell up here, price goes down. They're like, okay, well, it's probably not going to get down here, so I'm going to buy now. That's how you get a higher low. And then we had we'll call it a blow off top. The volume was decent. It wasn't tremendous, but that's how these things get created. That's how we compress. Okay, so more than likely you're having that same situation right here. Well, I don't think the price is going to get down to 8,900, so I'm going to go ahead and buy here. So very, very likely this does move back up. Okay, but at some point one of these is going to get taken out, and we're going to get a clear, defined direction on where we're going to go. If you're taking a look at the technicals, okay, we talk about the technicals. We had a good buy here, which is why we took that opportunity. Price moved up. It has since crossed bearish, a few hours ago, and right now it's moving down. Okay, if we just want to highlight this, the 3-hour is crossing down, the 1-hour is crossing down, the 12-hour is getting close to being oversold. That is going to be amazing. If we can get the 1-hour, the 3-hour, and the 12-hour all down here at the same time, I mean, shoot, the last time that happened where you had all three down here at the exact same time, I mean, I'd have to go back and try and find the last time. It looks like it was right here on March 12th. And on March 13th, that's about the time where we capitulated, right? So right back here, this was the last time you had all three of them down in that particular area at the same time. That was a prime time to buy, let me tell you, when you had all three of these all down at the exact same time. Even if you bought here at 6,000, I mean, look at that. We're at 91.55, 91.66. We're bouncing around. So yeah, I guess just wait for the technicals to match up. More than likely, we're going to bounce. More than likely, we're going to bounce. Okay, so I'm going to be ready for it. I'm going to be waiting for that. But if we get down here to complete this move, and the 1-hour, the 3-hour, and the 12-hour are all down here in oversold conditions, you better believe I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting because it's going to be a good opportunity. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for you right now. Like usual, I talked for a lot longer than I expected to. But if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, you guys know the deal. Like, subscribe, share. If you want access to the Discord, just throw in a comment here in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out to you. Of course, you can also send me an email at mybitdoctor@protonmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any and all emails directed to me there. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy, stay healthy, and take care, everyone.